Welcome to Celestial Zodiac, your home for clear and grounded astrology. Have you ever noticed that certain crystals are linked to zodiac signs? You might have heard that amethyst is connected to Aquarius, or that rose quartz resonates with Taurus. But where do those associations actually come from, and are they real? Crystals and astrology have been connected for centuries, but the system we use today actually comes from two different traditions. The first is the traditional birthstone system, which dates back to ancient religious and historical sources. The second is the modern metaphysical crystal system, which connects crystals to zodiac signs through color resonance, chakra alignment, elemental energy, and planetary rulership. In this video, we'll explore where these crystal associations come from, how they became connected to the zodiac, and which crystals are commonly linked to each sign. Let's start with the original system that inspired many of these associations: the traditional birthstones. Let's start with the oldest system linking gemstones to symbolic systems: the traditional birthstone system. The origins of birthstones are often traced back to the Bible, specifically to a ceremonial garment worn by the high priest of Israel known as the breastplate of Aaron. According to the book of Exodus, this breastplate contained 12 different gemstones arranged in 4 rows. Each stone represented one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Over time, scholars and historians began associating these 12 stones with other systems built around the number 12, including the 12 months of the year and eventually the 12 signs of the zodiac. In early traditions, people sometimes believed that wearing all 12 stones together carried special spiritual power. But later the practice evolved into wearing just one stone during the month connected to it. By the early 20th century, jewelers formalized what we now know as the modern birthstone chart, assigning specific gemstones to each month of the year. Because the zodiac signs align closely with calendar months, these stones gradually became linked to the zodiac as well. However, the traditional birthstone system typically assigns only one primary stone to each month. The modern birthstone chart used today includes the following gemstones. January is associated with garnet. February is amethyst. March is associated with aquamarine. April is the diamond. May goes with emerald. June is associated with pearl. July is with ruby. August is for peridot. September is sapphire. October is opal. November is associated with topaz. And December is turquoise. Because the zodiac signs closely follow the calendar months, these stones eventually became loosely associated with zodiac signs as well. But as interest in crystal healing grew during the 20th century, a newer system developed. One that connects multiple crystals to each zodiac sign based on energy, symbolism, and astrological qualities. This modern metaphysical approach connects crystals to zodiac signs based on their energetic qualities rather than simply assigning one stone to each month. Instead of one crystal per sign, astrologers and crystal practitioners often associate several different stones with each zodiac sign. These associations are usually based on 4 main ideas: color resonance, chakra alignment, elemental associations, and planetary rulership. Color resonance is the idea that colors carry symbolic and energetic qualities, and those qualities can align with the personality traits or elemental nature of zodiac signs. Because crystals naturally occur in a wide range of colors, astrologers and crystal practitioners often match certain stones with zodiac signs based on the color energy that reflects the sign's core traits. In simple terms, the color of the crystal is believed to resonate with the energetic frequency associated with that sign. The idea of color carrying symbolic meaning is not new. Color symbolism has existed for thousands of years and appears in many traditions, including ancient healing practices, medieval medicine, chakra systems from Indian spiritual traditions, and even modern color psychology. Over time, crystal practitioners began combining these ideas with astrology to associate certain colored stones with specific zodiac energies. For example, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, are associated with energy, vitality, passion, and action. Because of this, crystals in red, orange, and gold tones are often linked with these signs. Stones such as carnelian, red jasper, garnet, and sunstone reflect qualities like courage, motivation, and life force, which mirror the bold and dynamic nature of fire energy. Earth signs including Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are connected with stability, grounding, and material strength. Crystals associated with these signs are often green, brown, or other grounding earth tones. Stones such as green aventurine, moss agate, emerald, and smoky quartz are commonly linked with earth signs because green especially symbolizes growth, fertility, and abundance, qualities that align with the steady and practical nature of earth energy. Air signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are linked to thought, communication, and intellectual curiosity. Crystals associated with these signs often appear in lighter colors such as pale blue, yellow, or clear tones. Stones like citrine, fluorite, blue lace agate, and clear quartz are often connected with air signs because these colors are associated with clarity of thought, communication, and mental focus. Water signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are associated with emotion, intuition, and depth. Because of this, crystals in deep blue, purple, or ocean-like tones are often linked with these signs. Stones such as amethyst, aquamarine, lapis lazuli, and moonstone reflect qualities like intuition, emotional awareness, and spiritual insight, which resonates strongly with the sensitive and perceptive nature of water energy. Another way crystals are associated with zodiac signs is through chakra alignment. The chakra system comes from ancient Indian spiritual traditions and describes 7 main energy centers in the body that run along the spine from the base to the crown of the head. Each chakra is associated with specific colors and psychological qualities such as grounding, creativity, communication, or intuition. Many crystals are believed to interact with these energy centers because their colors and symbolic qualities correspond to particular chakras. For example, heart-centered stones such as rose quartz or green aventurine are associated with the heart chakra, which governs love, compassion, and relationships. Because Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus and connected with themes of love and harmony, these stones are often linked with those signs. Similarly, crystals connected with intuition and spiritual awareness such as amethyst are often associated with the third eye or crown chakras. These stones are frequently linked with intuitive zodiac signs like Pisces or Scorpio. Through this system, crystals become associated with zodiac signs by aligning the energy of the stone with the chakra that reflects the core qualities of the sign. Elemental associations also play a role. Each zodiac sign belongs to one of the 4 classical elements: fire, earth, air, or water. Fire signs are often connected with energizing stones, earth signs with grounding stones, air signs with crystals that enhance mental clarity, and water signs with stones linked to emotional depth and intuition. Another important way crystals are associated with zodiac signs is through planetary rulership. In astrology, each zodiac sign is governed by a ruling planet, and that planet represents the core energy or driving force behind the sign's personality and behavior. For example, Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet associated with action, courage, and assertiveness. Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus, the planet connected with love, beauty, and harmony. Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and learning. Because each planet symbolizes certain psychological traits and energetic qualities, crystal practitioners often connect specific stones to zodiac signs by matching crystals to the symbolic energy of the ruling planet. Crystals themselves are associated with planets in several different ways. These associations may be based on the color symbolism of the stone, mythological connections tied to the planet, energetic qualities attributed to the crystal in metaphysical traditions, or traditional correspondences found in occult and esoteric systems. For example, stones that symbolize strength, vitality, and courage are often linked to Mars, while stones associated with beauty, love, and harmony are commonly connected to Venus. Mars, which rules Aries and was also the traditional ruler of Scorpio before the discovery of Pluto, represents action, courage, strength, and physical energy. Because of this, crystals with bold or energizing qualities are often associated with Mars. Stones such as carnelian, red jasper, garnet, and bloodstone are frequently connected with this planetary energy because they are believed to stimulate motivation, vitality, and determination. Venus, the ruling planet of Taurus and Libra, represents love, beauty, pleasure, and relationships. Crystals linked to Venus are typically associated with harmony, attraction, and emotional connection. Stones such as rose quartz, emerald, green aventurine, and malachite are often connected with Venusian energy because they symbolize affection, balance, and the appreciation of beauty. Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo, represents communication, intellect, learning, and adaptability. Because of this, crystals believed to enhance mental clarity, expression, and focus are often associated with Mercury. Stones such as citrine, fluorite, agate, and blue lace agate are frequently connected with this planetary influence because they are thought to support clear thinking and effective communication. Cancer is ruled by the moon, which represents emotion, intuition, nurturing, and memory. Crystals connected with lunar energy are typically associated with emotional awareness and inner sensitivity. Stones such as moonstone, pearl, and selenite are commonly linked with the moon because they symbolize intuition, reflection, and emotional depth. Leo is ruled by the sun, which represents vitality, confidence, leadership, and personal identity. Crystals associated with solar energy often symbolize strength, radiance, and personal power. Stones such as sunstone, tiger's eye, and citrine are frequently connected with the sun because they reflect warmth, confidence, and creative energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet associated with wisdom, expansion, optimism, and philosophy. Crystals linked with Jupiter often symbolize learning, spiritual exploration, and growth. Stones such as amethyst, lapis lazuli, and turquoise are commonly connected with Jupiter because they are believed to encourage insight, understanding, and personal development. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet connected with discipline, structure, responsibility, and endurance. Crystals associated with Saturn often represent grounding, resilience, and long-term stability. Stones such as onyx, hematite, and smoky quartz are frequently linked with Saturnian energy because they symbolize strength, protection, and perseverance. Aquarius is traditionally ruled by Saturn and in modern astrology is associated with Uranus, the planet representing innovation, independence, sudden insight, and change. Crystals connected with Uranian energy are often linked with intuition, transformation, and new perspectives. Stones such as labradorite, amethyst, and fluorite are commonly associated with this influence because they are believed to stimulate insight and creative thinking. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet associated with spirituality, imagination, dreams, and intuition. Crystals connected with Neptunian energy often symbolize sensitivity, inspiration, and spiritual awareness. Stones such as aquamarine, amethyst, and moonstone are frequently linked with Neptune because they reflect qualities of emotional depth, creativity, and intuitive perception. Because these different methods are used together, most zodiac signs are associated with several crystals rather than just one. Typically, you'll find about 3 to 5 crystals linked with each sign. Now that we understand how these crystal associations are created, let's take a look at the crystals most commonly connected with each zodiac sign, and why they resonate with that sign's energy. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and is ruled by Mars, the planet of action, courage, and initiative. Because Aries is a fiery and energetic sign, it is often associated with bold and energizing stones such as carnelian, red jasper, garnet, and bloodstone. These crystals are believed to stimulate motivation, strength, and vitality, qualities that reflect the dynamic and fearless nature of Aries. Taurus is an earth sign ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and comfort. Because Taurus values stability, pleasure, and harmony, crystals linked with this sign often have calming or heart-centered qualities. Stones such as rose quartz, emerald, green aventurine, and malachite are commonly associated with Taurus because they symbolize love, abundance, balance, and connection to nature. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, curiosity, and intellect. As an air sign known for mental agility and expression, Gemini is often associated with crystals that enhance clarity and communication. Stones such as citrine, fluorite, blue lace agate, and clear quartz are frequently connected with Gemini because they are believed to support clear thinking, adaptability, and articulate expression. Cancer is ruled by the moon and is deeply connected with emotion, intuition, and nurturing energy. Because of this, crystals associated with Cancer often emphasize emotional balance and sensitivity. Stones such as moonstone, pearl, selenite, and aquamarine are often linked with Cancer because they reflect qualities of intuition, emotional awareness, and gentle protection. Leo is ruled by the Sun and is associated with confidence, creativity, and personal expression. Crystals connected with Leo often reflect warmth, strength, and vitality. Stones such as sunstone, tiger's eye, pyrite, and peridot are commonly associated with Leo because they symbolize leadership, courage, and radiant personal power. Virgo is ruled by Mercury and is known for practicality, analysis, and attention to detail. Because Virgo values clarity and organization, crystals connected with this sign often emphasize grounding and mental focus. Stones such as fluorite, moss agate, amazonite, and hematite are often associated with Virgo because they are believed to support balance, clarity, and healing. Libra is ruled by Venus and is associated with harmony, beauty, and relationships. Crystals linked with Libra often reflect themes of balance and emotional connection. Stones such as rose quartz, lapis lazuli, green aventurine, and opal are commonly connected with Libra because they symbolize love, cooperation, and aesthetic appreciation. Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars and in modern astrology by Pluto, and is associated with transformation, intensity, and emotional depth. Crystals connected with Scorpio often emphasize protection, transformation, and inner strength. Stones such as black obsidian, malachite, rhodochrosite, and labradorite are frequently linked with Scorpio because they reflect qualities of resilience, transformation, and deep emotional awareness. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and is associated with exploration, wisdom, and philosophical thinking. Crystals connected with Sagittarius often reflect themes of growth, truth, and spiritual insight. Stones such as amethyst, turquoise, blue topaz, and sodalite are commonly associated with Sagittarius because they are believed to encourage learning, expansion, and higher understanding. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and is associated with discipline, structure, and long-term achievement. Crystals linked with Capricorn often emphasize grounding, protection, and perseverance. Stones such as onyx, hematite, smoky quartz, and garnet are commonly connected with Capricorn because they symbolize strength, endurance, and stability. Aquarius is associated with innovation, independence, and visionary thinking. In modern astrology, it is ruled by Uranus, the planet of change and insight. Crystals linked with Aquarius often emphasize intuition, creativity, and new perspectives. Stones such as amethyst, labradorite, amazonite, and rhodonite are frequently associated with Aquarius because they are believed to support imagination, originality, and insight. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and is associated with intuition, imagination, and emotional sensitivity. Crystals connected with Pisces often reflect spiritual awareness and deep emotional perception. Stones such as aquamarine, amethyst, blue lace agate, and moonstone are commonly linked with Pisces because they symbolize intuition, compassion, and spiritual connection. On a final note, because these different systems are used together, it's common for a zodiac sign to be associated with several different crystals rather than just one. Each crystal is believed to highlight different qualities of the sign's energy, whether that's strengthening its natural strengths or helping bring balance to its challenges. Of course, crystal associations can vary depending on the tradition or source you look at, which is why you may sometimes see different stones connected with the same zodiac sign. Many people simply choose the crystals they feel most drawn to or that resonate with their personal experiences. Now I'd love to hear from you. What is your zodiac sign, and which crystal do you feel most connected to? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. Please like, subscribe, and share for more astrology insights, zodiac guides, and celestial wisdom.